Okay. Is the light too dark, actually? Should I turn on the light? Alright, curtains be open. Is the lighting good? It looks alright to me. I mean, I was honestly going to turn on my light, and then I opened the curtains because it's kind of bright outside. And I was like, oh, that should be enough light for the back of me. Sorry about like the camera angle and the lighting and everything. This is like my first time actually doing a face cam kind of thing. So, hopefully it's good. I think, maybe. I'm a very timid person and shy person, so for me doing this is really hard, alright? Give me a minute. I'm trying. I'm not exactly the most comfortable person in the world with just showing my face, but I'm not going to title the video face cam when, you know, for everyone else in the world that's not afraid to show their face, it's just a regular video. Alright, so basically the reason I'm making this first ever face reveal, this kind of first ever, like, video, is mainly because of an update that happened about a week ago since last Tuesday. I think it was like, let me check, January 30th, I believe. Oh, no, January 23rd. No, yeah, because I remember, okay. No, I just got back on the 29th, and then the 30th is when I was going to make this video, if my computer was working at the time. I'll make a different video about my computer, like my setup and everything, but in general, my computer fucking broke and died and exploded, not literally, and then it took me a couple more days when I got back home to continue to fix it, and it works! Look it! It's all nice and pretty now. You can't see my desk right now, but I'll show that in a later period. I don't really look like my emote, do I? Like, I feel like I look a little different, just a little different from the emotes that I make for my Twitch or my Twitter profile picture or whatever. Yeah, so now that everything's working, I can do this. Ha! So I basically wanted to make a quick update, and I wanted to make this video as my first face reveal, and also talk about what happened last week. This isn't a, oh, please pity me, I need money, like, kind of video. Like, no. I'll be straight up and honest about it. Like, everyone has shit they go through. Everyone needs money. You know, I need money for reasons. Well, I guess I'll get into that later. But yeah, this isn't a please pity me video. This isn't a please donate to me. Here's my Patreon right here or some shit. This is mainly me just talking about what happened last week on January 23rd till I think I was released on Monday the 29th of this week. Yeah, right now it's Friday the 2nd. I barely got my computer fixed yesterday, but I had to go to an appointment yesterday, a follow-up appointment. Alright, I'll get into that in a second. So basically, for my friends wondering, or for those people that are like, oh, this is a first face reveal he's done, why is he doing it now? Basically what happened last week was that I wasn't the most healthy. You know, I'm not the best person in the world. I'm not the most pure Christian, you know, immaculate Mary kind of person in the world. You know, everyone makes mistakes. Everyone goes through shit, whether it's depression, anxiety, you know, and other shit in their lives that happen. People are struggling financially. People are struggling in school. People are struggling educationally, and bullying is what I meant about, you know, school. People go through a lot of shit, and I don't deny that. I always accept that, and I always accept my blame, the other people's blames, but it's the part where I try to acknowledge more on what you can learn from it than the faults that you have made from it, depending on the situation. You know, I don't want you to go kill someone and be like, oh yeah, but my dad beat me when I was a kid, and I'd be like, I forgive you. I forgive you, I understand. That's not what I mean. It depends on the situation. So basically, throughout my entire life, I haven't been the most healthy, I haven't been the best person in the world. This year of 2018, as soon as it was hitting New Year's, you know, everyone does the new year, new me kind of thing. And I'm just like, I kind of want to do a face reveal, just because new year, new me, I wanted to try something new. I wanted to not be so timid and shy anymore, so it was a little bit of trouble for me. I have a severe anxiety disorder and ADD, and apparently I just found out recently, borderline personality disorder, which, you know, for me, I'm thinking you go from 0 to 100. I'm thinking that means you're going from, I'm really happy today, to what the fuck? Oh my god, I hate you. Oh, I'm really happy, you know. Hi, you're my best friend. To, I hate the world. It's just that I have a lot of health disorders that I deal with, like, you know, again, asthma, anxiety, severe anxiety disorder, depression, PTSD, ADD, a bunch of other shit that I have my paper over there I can go get. So I've been struggling with it for years, ever since I was really a kid, but I never really noticed what I had, and even the doctor that I was talking to and my psychiatrist and therapists were saying that as a kid, you don't really notice your disorders as like a disorder. You just think of it as like, I'm probably just sad, or I can just deal with it. You know, it's not as hard as a kid to deal with these kind of things. So for me growing up, I just kind of just like, oh, I can't breathe. Like I can't breathe. And, you know, eventually I found out that's asthma and allergies, and also just I don't know, I guess just the air. And a bunch of other stuff like that has happened in my life. That's just the one example. Right, so I've been dealing with this my whole life. I've had a lot of problems with being social, making friends because of a lot of things I've been through in my life personally. And just because a lot of the disorders I have, which kind of prevented me from being myself anywhere else. Which is why I've been really timid to show my face. So for 2018, I was like, okay, I feel good. I'm going to do this. I'm going to make a change. And it didn't happen that way. What ended up really happening was that I got worse. I've been trying to get better. I've been trying to be happy. I've been trying to make videos on YouTube so I can make at least a little bit of money I can, since I'm not healthy enough to qualify for a job. And I'll get more into that later. But I started getting worse. I started getting more nightmares every night. Had lucid dreams of unhealthy thoughts about myself and to other people. I was getting very unstable. I was getting very agitated. I didn't feel motivated. I didn't feel happy with my life. I didn't feel like I could do anything. I didn't feel like I was worthwhile anymore. And, you know, almost every night I would cry. Every morning I would just be really lazy. Like, I gotta do something. I gotta look for an online job. I gotta do something to be different. I gotta do something to finally make a change for myself that I've been struggling with for years. I want to say years, because if I just say for a while, I don't want people to be like, what, a couple months, 1 year? Pfft. You know, it's like, I've been struggling with all of this shit, you know, since I was a kid. Whether it be unhealthy or just health disorders or something like that, right? Socially and shit, you know, just in general. Okay, so here I am today, making this video, as the first kind of step for myself. And also because last week was when I finally broke. Last week, and when I had gotten released from the hospital on Monday night, when I got released from the hospital, this was a perfect time for me to feel changed, like I have something different to do. I want to do something different. I want to be a different person. I want to show that that I'm trying the damn best that I possibly can for myself physically. So here I am with the face cam, also explaining a little bit of my life on the sidelines and where I've been for the last week. So for those who do know, I have a lot of troubles with my stepfather, which I call him Step Douche, and a lot of some of the videos that I've probably done in the past, either on Twitch or on YouTube, that I've archived. We're not on the same level as we used to be. You know, I don't want to just call him dad because of my own PTSD trauma with my actual real father. And, you know, stuff like that ever since I was growing up. Couldn't make friends. I was always being bullied, harassed, and shit like that. Once I got done with everything, once I got done with school, once I had left all of that, words are words. I ignored it the best I could. It's just the physical bullying that I was getting, I couldn't deal with anymore. So when I'm finally done with school and I'm finally like, okay, I can make some money now. I can get a job. I can maybe do YouTube and Twitch for a little bit of money here and there. But I know for sure that's not going to be my main area of being financially stable. Because, I mean, I only have 4,000 subs. I don't get shit. I mean, I do, but it's not like a lot to where I can afford a house. Yeah, just basically, I guess I just been having a bunch of troubles, and it got really violent for me and for my stepfather to where it was really an abusive, unstable household. For me, that's what made me feel more insecure. That's what made me feel like I'm not safe in my own home. That's what made me feel like I always have to be in a fight or flight moment to defend myself whenever I need to. I'm not a violent person. I don't like being angry. I don't like being sad. I don't like being upset. I like just being happy. I like just being like, okay, I want to do something today. You know, energized. I want to talk to friends. I want to play a game. I want to go outside for a bit and run. I want to ride my bike. Some days I'll get sad. Sure. Some days I'll get angry. Sure. But I don't want to feel the worst of those situations. Like, here's happy. Obviously, no one could always be fully happy in the heart, right? No one's ever going to be every single day happy because something's wrong with you if you are. That's creepy. I just want to be a little bit somewhere outside of it. Like, I can still feel sadness and I can still feel anger, but I don't want to be to the peak or the climax of hate, revenge, and then you know, depression, misery, feeling sorry for myself, and suicidal thoughts again. I don't want to go to those limitations anymore, or the peaks, I should say. I want to kind of stay in my little bubble right here where I'm safe. Not fully happy to where nothing affects me. Haha, I'm so happy. Like, I don't want to do that shit. I want to have like a nice open area of everything. I don't want to be here anymore, and I don't want to be here anymore. If that makes sense, I don't fucking know. So everything kind of escalated with me and my stepfather, and I wasn't feeling safe in my house with either my mother or my stepfather. So I had called 911 as my only option to defuse the situation because it was getting really violent. I didn't want my door to be broken down by my parents, like, in the past. There's a huge crack in it that you can't see because it's a really bright camera for some fucking reason. I guess because they opened the window. Or opened the curtains, not the window. The windows are painted shut. It's an old house. But yeah, there's a crack. Where am I pointing? There's a crack, like, right there next to the bow. You can't really see it because I painted over it with white paint because I couldn't push it back in. But when it was getting really violent and I was getting a lot of threats, I locked the door. Like, I barriered it, and I threw up, and I was crying immensely, and I called 911 to help. But it ended up being that as they came by to help, they actually took me away, and I was detained. I was strapped down in at the hospital, but they asked me to just get into the hospital vehicle to take me to a safe place so that there's no more harsh situations like this. There's no more harsh living conditions, no more threats, no more yelling, no more screaming. I thought they were just going to talk to my parents and then it'd be done with. But it went to a whole different level. So I remember crying, holding my Snoopy, because my Snoopy toy is, like, the only thing that, like, calms me down. It's, like, the only, like, I have it on my bed, right? There. And there's Woodstock right there. So I had him in my arms as I was crying, and the cops were behind me to defend me. And then the ambulance came by. I got in the ambulance. I didn't feel good getting into it, but I felt like I was able to finally breathe when I got away from the house. They put me in a wheelchair, rolled me into the hospital, and it took so fucking forever. I was in the emergency area of the hospital, and it took them so goddamn long to still talk to me and assist me. I think it took I don't want to say an hour, but it felt like an hour. If it was really 30 minutes or 45 minutes, it felt like I was in there for an hour and a half, you know? Like, I don't fucking know how much time I spent there because I didn't see a clock. But once I finally got into the room, they kind of just had me wait there. I was just on my phone talking to a couple people on my Discord who know about everything that goes wrong with me, my mental breakdown, my struggles, my depression, you know, all that shit, just so I can have company, I can have friends, I can calm down a bit. And then the nurses came in, and the psychiatric workers, or I think like social workers or something like that, to talk to me to see what was wrong and everything. I don't remember what happened after that. It just got really scary to where they were telling me to just get naked and to undress and to put on this robe. And I was asking them why. And they were getting needles ready. And I started panicking. Like, why? Wait, hold on. Why do I got to do this? I just want to go home. I don't want to be, I don't want to be here forever. Am I going to go home tonight? You know, what's with all that? Why are you making me undress? And stuff like that. Now I know in post that it's medical procedure. That's what they're supposed to do for my situation and what was happening. But for me at the time, I didn't know that shit. I just saw needles, and they told me to get naked, and then they were just saying that I'm not going home tonight, that I'm going to be relocated. I started freaking out. I started panicking, so I started crying again because I was still kind of upset from earlier, and I was just like, why is this happening? And they were saying, sir, calm down, sir, calm down, and like, again, living in a household environment where I always feel like I'm in a fight or flight moment. It felt the same thing at the hospital. These people are supposed to help me. Why are they making me feel like a monster? They're pushing closer to me. There's 3 nurses, left, right, center, pushing closer to me. I'm getting cornered in the wall. And then there's like 7 people outside the door too. A lot of them were police officers, and a lot of them were just other nurses. And I'm freaking the hell out. I can't breathe. I can't do anything, and I'm crying so fucking much. Like, please, just stop. I'll get undressed. Just close a curtain or something. I was just wondering why you want me to get undressed. I don't want to get undressed. I feel uncomfortable, but I don't want this to escalate. I don't want this to go any further. And they just wouldn't let me have my turn to speak. And they thought I was being hostile because of the fact that I was panicking. And I was just like, no, stop, hold on. So eventually, it didn't settle, but they let me get undressed. They weren't looking at me because I didn't feel comfortable. I was crying miserably because I felt like I was just being stripped, literally, of like my dignity, my clothes. They took my phone, my clothes, my backpack, which has all my medication, which has all my like safety and backup stuff, like water if I feel sick, and a car drive because of my nausea, shit like that. So they took away literally everything, my phone, which I couldn't text no one, I couldn't call no one, for 6 days while I was being in the hospital. So basically after that mess, when I was being undressed and I was crying, and all they let me keep was my Snoopy. My Snoopy has been through the whole thing with me in that hospital. Everything, every single day, every night, every shower, because I didn't want him to be alone in my room or someone could steal him, although I faced him toward the wall so he wasn't looking at me. But yeah, they strapped me down. After that, I was taken to an inpatient thing, I think, I don't know. It's a hospital where they basically keep you there. And I felt like a monster. Like I was being rolled in a cart, strapped on with seats on my legs, my thighs, my chest, and I think my shoulders as well. Like they had like backpack straps like that. And they wrapped me like in a blanket so I couldn't really move. And I was just kind of in there in the hospital vehicle. And then I was wheeled into the building, up an elevator, shown the room. They evaluated me. They had me switch into scrubs, like I guess like doctor looking clothes, but they're green. They know that they don't have any pockets in it or something, so you can hide a knife or some shit. Like they just wanted all the security shit. And I just been crying again the whole time. I felt miserable. I felt like a monster. You know, what is happening? Why am I here? I just wanted someone to talk to my parents so they stop screaming at me. Why am I here? This is not what I want. This is not what I need. I want to go home. I don't feel safe. I don't feel good. And then they put me in an area that's locked doors. That has, so like my door has like a knob on it, like just a circle that you grab and you pull, right? And there's other house knobs where you light your hand onto it, and your fingers can go all the way around it, and you pull down and you open the door. So with this building, with this room in this hospital, I know it's like a psychiatric hospital, but it really felt like a very, very secured prison. Oh, what I was saying was the door handles, they're actually built into the door on the other side as well. So the both handles on both sides of the door are connected as one piece. You know how like the door handles, you put your hand over it and then you can just like twist it? I guess the reason they did that is so I can't do that, bend it, and then break the door or something if someone's strong enough for that shit. I don't know. But they had a bunch of security there. They had super thick walls, a super thick door with 2 window panels, so that way they could peek into my room. That's a single bed, twin bed room, 1 pillow. All of it's white and like a little brown. And even the floors were connected into the wall, like they were curved. It's not sharp like box corners like on like my ceiling. Like you see how like this is a wall and then this is a ceiling. In the hospital, you couldn't even tell. It was like the wall and the ceiling were curved in a way to where it blended into each other. So for 3 days, because again I have an anxiety disorder, I don't breathe very well. I don't handle environments like that I've never been in that situation before. So the way to avoid it for me was basically crying in misery and going to bed, eat when they told me to eat, and then go to bed, and then eat when they told me to eat again, and then shower. So breakfast, lunch, dinner, they did feed me, yes, which I am happy about, and I'm grateful for that. But I've been trying my best, my damn best, to be sleeping the entire time after eating, after my shower, so that way I can skip through time a bit more, because there's no clocks, I don't have my phone, I don't have anything. I'm stripped away of everything completely, and time felt so goddamn slow. Every minute that I was in there felt like an hour, and every hour felt like an entire fucking day. So I had to sleep. I had to like do something to skip through time. And plus I'm like locked in a fucking tiny white squared room anyway, where they're always peeking at me like every 10 minutes, just like, is he dead? Did he commit suicide? No? Alright. See you in another 10 minutes. And then they'll just, I don't know. It was such a high fucking security shit that it scared the fuck out of me. So yeah, and then I've been trying to call home too, and the doctor said he's not discharging me. He's not letting me leave the hospital because my mom kept saying she didn't want me back. She doesn't want me at the house. She's not ready yet. I don't want him at the house. I don't want him at the house. I don't want him at the house. And with my depression and everything, and with the fighting and everything that's been happening in my life personally, that made me feel like shit. That made me feel like I'm not loved anymore. I have nowhere to go. And I tried desperately to get my brother's phone number. He said he couldn't, and he was crying too while I was crying, saying, I want to get out of here. I want to go home. I don't like it here. I feel like a criminal. They make me feel like this is just a really high security prison. And I was crying. He was crying. I tried calling my grandma. She said she couldn't do anything, man. She was just really sorry. She doesn't know what to do. She doesn't know what to say. She was talking to my mom because she's like, why is he there? What is happening? What did he do? And then I tried to call my aunt. I tried so fucking hard to get out of there, and I was miserable. I was miserable. Again, I just felt like I wasn't loved. No one cared about me anymore. Like, that was just it for me. So after all that crying and everything, I think that was about like 3 or 4 days out of the 6. 3 or 4 days. It was the majority of the time that I was in my room crying. I was behind oh yeah, the windows too. There was double windows. There was a thick piece of glass, and then the heater, and then another thick piece of glass, so that no one can break out of this fucking prison thing. There's no bars. It's just super thick glass, and there's locks on everything. There's locks on each corners of the windows, locks on the door. it was fucking insane. For the majority of the time there, I was in that room, and they were just like, you're not gonna get discharged until you're out here and you're talking to people, and you're in these groups. And I'm like, so you're locking me in a room and forcing me to do shit I don't want to do when I just want to go home, and you're saying, well, your home is not a safe environment. Yeah, no shit. I told you that on the phone. No duh. But that's my comfort. This is where I spent all my life savings on, all my money since I was a kid, in this fucking room. I don't care about going home. I just want security. I want my air conditioner so I can breathe because I can't handle the heat. You know, I want my medication, which is in my bag over there and right here. You know, I can't be restricted anymore. It's not a good feeling. And they wouldn't let me. So then for the next couple of days, they moved me out of that high security room, and they moved me to the same building, the same floor, just a different room, and they left the doors open so that I can go to my new room. I felt a little better because I'm able to leave the room whenever I want to now. I'm not locked in there. I can play Uno, dominoes, or read a book. That was about it. They had a TV, but I don't watch TV, so I guess whatever. And so the only thing I can do to pass time is that, well, I had nothing to do. I'm fucking bored. Can I talk to someone? Was there anyone to talk to? And yeah, so for the last couple days until I was discharged, I was having a little fun with the nurses, because from time to time there would be a nurse that was really funny or really nice to me, or he was like a normal person. He was just really kind to me, or she was just really sweet to me. Like, she wouldn't treat me like a patient, like, Kevin, medicine, Kevin, shower, Kevin, your bed, Kevin. Like, they were just like, how are you feeling today? So when you were coming in here to talk about video games, like, what games do you play? Because I have an Xbox. And some of the nurses were talking to me normally, and I was just like, okay, well, then I'll talk normally back. So I started having a conversation. I was having fun talking to them, yes, but I wasn't having fun with the situation I was in, no. But eventually, everything diffused. I made friends. I got to talk to people who were also in the mental facility. Some actually crazy people. Some actually just talked to themselves crazy. Other people were just homeless. Other people were old and they couldn't take care of themselves very well. Other people are drug addicts. Other people were murderers. And, a shitload of diversity of that. Or even just the young college girl that likes to talk shit about everyone, and then as soon as people try to pick a fight with her, she's just walking away like, no, don't touch me. No, I didn't do anything. And it's like, why are you going to start shit purposely at the nurses trying to help you and then walk away from it? I don't know. I was just confused as shit. So I learned a lot, definitely. And remember how I said earlier, when I live at home, I have a bunch of lucid nightmares every day. I wake up not breathing. I wake up almost wanting to throw up. I wake up like screaming, panicking. That's part of my P.T.S.D. That's part of my nightmares and shit. At the hospital, I noticed even the first night I was strapped down and I was detained and I was restricted to everything. I didn't have nightmares anymore. Slowly, I started to realize after I left that restricted room and I was more into the area talking to other people, I realized, yeah, you know what? I'm actually breathing fairly well. Usually I would have a water bottle on me at all times. Usually, I have a fan or my air conditioner. And then I'm like, yeah, I haven't had nightmares, huh? And they kept asking me questions like, how do you feel? And I'm just like, all right, I just don't want to be here. And I guess I wasn't really answering their question, which was, how are you feeling? I'm not having nightmares anymore. I'm not getting sick anymore. I'm not throwing up constantly anymore. I was actually getting better. So throughout all that mess, throughout all that shit that I've been through, the trauma and everything, and when I started talking to more people, and the next day the nurse asked me, how are you feeling? I didn't say, I'm alright, I just don't want to be here. I actually said, yeah, I'm not having nightmares anymore. I actually feel pretty calm. So I guess that was the main point of that. But they never told me any of that throughout the entire time I was there. So from Tuesday night, when I was first admitted to the hospital, again, I'm panicking, I'm screaming, I'm in a fight or flight moment, to now I'm being detained and restricted. I'm barely stripped naked of everything. I had no communication. And I was locked in a room to where I felt miserable, to now I was released, now I'm talking to people, now I felt fine. I'm playing Uno with other people, I'm playing bingo with, drug addicts, I'm playing cards with murderers, and it's like I felt fine. I actually felt a lot better. I understood the point of it now. I understood the point that they weren't detaining me to make me feel like a criminal. They were detaining me so that I was safe from myself, so that I was safe from the violence. I don't know why I put it over there. From the violence of my door. I'm safe from my family. I'm safe from a toxic home environment. And I didn't notice that until the last couple days that I was staying there. Yeah, so basically after that, I'm just like, all right, all I gotta do is wait until Monday, and I'll be actually free. Because ever since day one that I was there, I've always been asking, can I go home? I don't want to be here. Can I go home? They'll say, tomorrow you will be discharged. Tomorrow you'll be discharged. Tomorrow you'll be discharged. And I got so sick of hearing tomorrow. So when I heard Monday, I was like, I'm actually doing good. I'm actually playing Uno, having fun. Someone taught me how to play dominoes. They put on Medea on TV. I don't know if anyone knows what that movie is. I'd never heard of it. That shit was funny. I don't know what that movie was, but that was funny. That kept me entertained for a while. Bingo, there was food. I was talking to people. I was talking to a really nice old woman who's kind of like my grandma, and I felt bad for her because of her scenario. Her entire family has passed away. She's the only one alive, and she's not capable to have children. So she's like the last person in her family alive currently, and she has stomach problems. But I was playing bingo with her. I was playing cards with her, and she was having fun. She likes self-esteem like I do, but in a completely different way. And so I was just like, I'm feeling better. I can help her too. So I started talking to her. She wasn't miserable anymore. She was having fun. She was saying, this is the most fun I've ever had. And even though, sometimes she was having stomach aches, I got to help her I was like, do you want me to help you go to the bathroom? Like, do you need someone to walk you? And she's like, mm-hmm. And she's not afraid to ask for help. And I'm just like, why am I so afraid to ask for help? That it's literally just a question, and someone can just say, yeah, sure. If they're not a dickhead. So I learned a lot of lessons, not from just the hospital in general, from the people there too. Like the people who were taking drugs, make friends with people that are going to be your friends. If someone drinks or smokes, that's your friend. And they say, hey, you should try this. Here, smoke this. It's going to be, do you want to try it? They're offering you, and you say, yeah, no thanks. I don't want to try that. But they're still forcing you. They're saying, no, you got to try it. It's going to help you feel good. You're not going to feel depressed. You're not going to feel lonely anymore. You're going to feel good. Like if they're pushing it towards you, those aren't your friends. Get the fuck away from those people. They're not your friends. They don't respect your privacy. If someone's saying, hey, do you want to drink? And you're saying, no, I don't drink. Sorry. Or, I'm trying to get better. I don't want to drink anymore. And they're like, all right, that's fine. And they respect your privacy. Those are your friends. Those are your friends who are going to listen to you. The people who you think are your friends, but they're your only friends, and they're the people that are trying to influence you to do stupid shit. Get away from those people. Because this lady that I was talking to has been through so much shit. So many abusive relationships, and she couldn't handle it anymore. And she's an old woman. She's a bald woman because of the beatings and, everything she's been through. And she's been 10 days clean since I was talking to her. So right now she's got to be like 20 days clean, I believe. She said she's stopping for good, and I believe her because when we were talking, we were playing games, she genuinely was like, I felt a lot happier playing Uno in a mental hospital than I've ever had in my entire life, trying to fight or flight for food, trying to do anything for money, get drugs to sell for money so I can live, so I can pay the rent, so that my boyfriend stops abusing me, so that my boyfriend's friends stops abusing me, and shit like that, So I learned a lot of lessons from the hospital and the people there in general. So then here comes Monday, which is the day I was discharged. And I was very excited, but I was also very worried. That was the first time I'm like, okay, I'm not going to be here anymore. I get to go back to safety. And when I said that in my head, I'm like, safety? But I feel safer here. There's constantly, nurses on standby. There's red buttons on like almost every wall. And they don't make like a loud alarm. They just flash a red light at the desk. So, if you ever feel sick, if you ever feel nauseated, if you ever have to throw up, if you don't feel good, just push a red button, and you always have like 5 nurses on standby with needles or medication or whatever. I'm not afraid of needles personally. When they gave me 3 shots, an IV and a blood draw, none of that hurts me. I'm used to it. I'm actually a blood donator. I donate blood annually, except this year, because the year just started and I don't know where the nearest facility is. But whenever I felt anxiety, I was like, I can just ask for a shot. Like, I don't really care. Can you sedate me? I actually kind of want to be sedated so I can calm down. But no, yeah, I never asked for any like pills or for any shots. They gave me my medication that I'm still taking. I have to take it for everything I'm going through. But I didn't need to ask for extra medication to help me with things that other people just say, just breathe. And it's like, yeah, no shit. I know how to breathe. It's just hard to do it. So it was Monday. I'm excited to go home, but I'm also really scared. Like, if I go home, am I actually going to be safe? You know, like, do I actually have to charge for SSI, which is a Social Security insurance thing, I think, something like that. I don't really know what it is, but they said I qualified for being able to live under the government because of what I have, my disorders. So I can get paid a very like decent amount of money, not like a lot, but I can get paid enough to be able to live in a single housing apartment for myself until I'm able to get a job and then make more money to be able to move to either a bigger apartment or a full house one day. So when I was feeling like no one loves me, no one wants me home, like, you know, I don't know what to do. I don't know where to go. I was actually prepared to do that. I was actually prepared to get a part-time job and have the government pay for my living conditions. But then, you know, that's when I heard that my mom was picking me up. And she was crying, and she was saying that she's so sorry. And, you know, we hugged. She got me some different clothes. She got me these awesome fucking pants. I love them. I hate jeans. These are like, not thermals. These are like really, it's fully polyester, 100% polyester. I love these pants. They're super breathable. They're super light. I rather have like pajama kind of pants than jeans. Jeans, I don't like jeans. They're too heavy, thick, and hot in the summer. I don't like that shit. This is super thin and super comfortable. I love it. So, you know, she was crying. She gave me these clothes so I can change. I finally got my backpack back. I finally got my phone back, but it was dead, so I had to wait to go home. Either super late that same night, Monday night, or Tuesday morning, where I was able to charge my phone, text my friends. You know, I'm home, but I still got to fix my computer. So I was pretty excited. I got McDonald's, and I ate like a fucking monster. Throughout my entire life, I've been losing weight. I've been sick. I always throw up constantly because of my disorders and everything. So I used to be a lot bigger. Not a lot. Okay, I used to be a little bigger. I'm not going to say a lot because I wasn't like fat. I wish I was fat. But, you know, I used to be a little bigger. I'm gaining some weight back. But then I got really skinny, and I wasn't anorexic. And I wasn't like nutrition loss. It's just that I never felt healthy or comfortable eating or safe, I guess. You know, I realized 3 meals a day at the hospital, I felt fine. I actually enjoyed that. I gained weight, and I'm happy. I'm supposed to gain weight because I'm dangerous. Well, not dangerously underweighted, but I'm underweighted compared to like my height and my age and like all that shit that my doctor told me I'm supposed to be. I was supposed to gain like 15, 20 pounds, I think. But basically, I gained most of it. All I need is 8 more pounds. Like, that's good. That's good. On only 6 days? Like, I think that was great. And then when I got the McDonald's, I devoured the entire fucking meal. I'm usually a slow eater because I feel sick or I'm like, you know, I kind of feel full. But I ate the shit out of that hamburger. It was really nice. And I was still waiting for my RMA for my mouse, which I finally got. And then my hydraulic H100i version 2 Corsair water cooler that broke in only the first 6 months that I bought the damn thing. But it's okay, I have a 5-year warranty on it. Thank Christ. Even throughout the whole time I was in a hospital, I still had to wait a couple more days to get that cooler and that mouse so I can actually use my computer. And then this, I got a substitute cooler before I was hospitalized, but I never installed it, called the Cooler Master. That fucking thing is terrible. It has amazing reviews. It's only $30, which is a great price for the performance it does. But it's so damn stiff and size specific, and the clamps, it's such a stupidly complicated cooler that's very cheap and works very well when you finally install it. But it pissed me the hell off. I would rather just say, for $60 more, $100, get the water cooler from Corsair. That shit is so easy. Put the plastic plating behind the motherboard, the cooler, and screw it in. That's it. That's all you gotta do. Super easy. This fucking thing, I nearly broke it. I bent some of the fins on the radiator. This fucking thing, it wasn't built right. Even the drills for the screws that were originally in there were so hard to unscrew and then screw back in. Jesus Christ. Felt like I was wrestling the damn thing for like 7 hours straight. Maybe more, because my computer still wouldn't even turn on. But after all that shit, I'm home. I feel better. I'm going to still do what I want to do, which is try to make money, either from YouTube or Twitch, as much as I can. And this is why I'm saying this isn't like oh, pity me, please, I need money. No, this is just a new me, Not new me. New year, new me, huh? 2018. Me, I am dedicated, and I honestly try to be a good person. I just spit a little bit. I honestly try to be a good person. I try to be healthy. I try to feel safe. I try to do things for myself so that I can feel comfortable. Which is why I don't give a shit if people see that I have teddies on my bed. You know? Because I feel comfortable with it. You still sleep with your teddy bear? Yeah? And? Do I fucking care? It makes me comfortable. I don't give a shit about you being comfortable. For years with my struggles with my disorders, with my just my health in general, I feel like this video is a really good chance right now for me to communicate to those who also have depression, anxiety, PTSD, sleep disorders. I'm not exactly anorexic, but at least I kind of understand the way of trying to gain weight. So maybe it could help with that. This video is mainly to just try to connect and help people who maybe have gone through something similar to me, less violent or even more violent. Because again, I talk to people who were murderers. I talk to people who were drug addicts, abused, raped, just, old in general. They can't take care of themselves. And like, I don't feel bad for my living condition. I just feel bad that this has to be happening for people to learn to be a better person than the people who are hurting them. That's why when you see a bully and the kid being bullied can go two ways. He can either grow up and continue being a bully in a good or bad way, which is, I want to bully someone to help them be strong like me, or I'm going to bully them because I had a shit life and they deserve to be hated too. Or the bully could go to the other path where, they get miserable, depressed, they don't feel like anyone cares about them, no one's there to defend them, they don't have any friends, and they end up committing suicide. So the kid being bullied can take a couple paths. People can live similar lives, either on a highly different scale or just a little bit of a less traumatic scale, and still end up in the same path of suicide and depression, or killing and murdering, or fight or flight, or they're millionaires and they're actually donating to charities to help other people. For anyone who goes through shit, whether it's as bad as my life, worse than my life, or something less than my life, we can all take different paths. We can all take different crossroads and end up in the same area. So I completely understand, and hopefully I can help someone with that, with just what's happening. So this isn't a pity me video. This is a where have I been, and hopefully this can help someone understand that, I get it. I get some of the things. I'm a very understanding person. I'm a very open person. I don't mind being friends with anyone. Black, white, gay, Muslim, atheist, fucking a KKK member. I don't give a shit to be your friend or to know you or to talk to you, as long as you're respectful. If you're a Heil Hitler, kind of KKK person, I don't agree with your beliefs at all. But as long as you're respectful to my opinions, and you help me understand why you like that kind of thing, I guess, I'm fine with it. Just don't put your practices near me, please. That's all I ask. You can do whatever the fuck you want. You can be whoever the fuck you want. You want to be a toaster? You can identify as a toaster. As long as you're respectful to me and you're not trying to force me to do, believe in your beliefs, I don't give a shit. Just don't kill people. Don't be an asshole. Don't be a thief. Just don't be stupid. Like, I'm pretty sure there's maybe a pedophile who is maybe addicted into younger, illegal porn or something. But as long as they're seeking help and they're not actively trying to go to a little girl at her school, stalk her, rape her, kill her, or whatever, I think there's a little bit of a different scale. If you're acting on your thoughts, that's a little bit more dangerous. By little, I mean a lot, than just having those thoughts. If you're having those thoughts and you're seeking help, I think that's a good thing. I'll still talk to you. I'll still try to help you. I'll be a friend. I don't care, as long as you're seeking help and you know that you have a problem and you want to fix your problem. Whatever problem you have, suicidal thoughts, drug addictions, pedophilia, whatever, and you acknowledge it's a problem and you want to work on it, you want to be a better person, but you just don't know how to do it, try to find some help. That's all I can say. It hurts. It really hurts. Trust me, from what I've just been through, that shit is painful to admit, to come out, to talk to people, to ask for help, to reach for a hand. It's fucking terribly hard. But when you do it, you feel the weight on your shoulders just drop. Not everything is gonna be everyone's cup of tea, but hopefully that you can make a difference for yourself and for other people. Also, I realized that my mic was over here the whole time. God damn it. I'm probably gonna have to boost the audio of that later on. Son of a bitch. You know, I just hope people are safe. I hope you have a good day. I hope this helped you learn something. This video will be monetized because, again, financially, I'm in a lot of college debt that I dropped out. I lost my job, and I gotta pay all these fucking medical bills, especially the hospitalization, so that's a new one. So yeah, I need money. This isn't a pity video. This is to help people who know me, my friends, understand where I've been, and maybe to other people, be a little bit of a story time, but also be like, yeah, my life isn't that bad, but I kind of make myself feel like it's bad, or maybe your life is worse, and you don't know how to find help. You know, going to a completely different school, going to a completely different environment can really change you based because you're not being influenced to do something stupid, but you can actually find people who care about listening to you or talking to you or how you're hurting, and then you can relate to that. You don't exactly got to make a doctor's appointment or a therapist appointment, but sometimes a simple smile and a wave can change someone's whole day. That's all I'm saying. Holy shit, in 54-minute video. God damn. I honestly meant for this to be like a 10-minute update. Hey Kevin, where you been? Oh, I've been over here. I don't think it'd be this long. Jesus Christ. I guess I just want to be different. I want to be different. I want change. My past is my past. I can't get away from it. I hate thinking about it. And I don't like acknowledging the shit I did, even though I completely accept my mistakes and I completely accept my faults and the things I need to fix. I'm not denying that at all. I accept it. But right now, I really want to show that I am trying to change. I do want to be a better person. I'm not going to keep doing this. And if I do it because it's like a trigger or something, you know, like, because again, PTSD, trauma, all that shit. If it's a trigger, I'll do my best to avoid it. But if I can't do something right, I don't want people to criticize for me being like, oh, he's never going to change. And it's like, I really am. Like, I really am. I just need help. Like, whether it's from a doctor, some, you know, someone monitoring me, someone just, again, like nurses on standby. I wish I had a fucking red button so I can just be like, I'm having suicidal thoughts. Please help me. Please, 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 please. Something's hurting me. You know, if I can have that, that would be a lot easier. But I can't. Right now I have me and my family and the hostile home environment that hopefully isn't hostile anymore. When I got back home and I was fixing my computer, I talked to my parents about everything that happened. And we're on a pretty good standing right now. So I may never call him dad again like I used to. And I don't want to lie to myself anymore saying that he is my dad, because he's not. He's my stepfather. He's not as evil as my actual dad. He is evil in his own way. But I want to acknowledge that and work with him to be a better person for both of us in this house, in this family. So at least he's working with me, which is good. So not in the best terms, not perfect. We're not the happiest family in the world. We're getting there. We're getting a little bit up there, but just for now, it's calm, it's understanding. We talked about it. Everyone hugged me and was crying because they actually missed me. They thought I had died, or they thought that something worse had happened because of everything happening in my personal life. So it made me feel a lot better, you know? Again, at the hospital, I felt like I had no one, absolutely no one. But then I come home to, you know, embracement. I felt a lot better. Okay, so sorry. So yeah, the game, like Life is Strange, that game, I played that game. I'm not gonna talk about it. You know what, just if you want to watch the Life is Strange playlist, here's my thumbnails. Go ahead and watch it, because I learned a lot from that game before I went to the hospital. That game is a really fucking good game. I love that game. That helped me. That video game helped me. The hospital helped me. The medication's helping me, and I want to be better. And I hope you can too. If you can find help, search for help, and just reach for a hand. There's always going to be someone there to grab it. There's always going to be someone there to help you. You know? Just try your best. Hope you have a good day. Be safe. And good luck with your life.